Hey guys, my name is Alternate Trailers. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make something that jumps in GameMaker without using any code. So the first thing, this is just a sprite I had in here. The first thing you want to do is create a sprite. And we're going to name this sprite character. You can name it whatever you want to name it. Doesn't matter. This is just for the sake of convenience. And we're going to go ahead and make a new sprite. And just for my preference, I make it 64 by 64. You can really use whatever you want for your character. And we're just making a box. And we're just going to go ahead and paint it something visible where we can see it. Kind of salmon and red, you know, the perfect color scheme. It's really gross actually. And we're going to turn on precision collision checking. And then we're going to want to click center, so it knows right where the center is. We're going to click OK. We're going to go ahead and create another sprite. This will be our sprite ground. We're going to do the same thing we just did on that, you know, 64 by 64. OK. And this one we'll do the same thing on, make it black and white, sure. And then that'll be that. We'll do precision collision checking. Actually, we're not going to do that for the ground. We're going to click center, and I'll just click OK. So do not check these. So now that we've got these two sprites, we want to make objects for them. So we're going to make an object for the character. Just object character, and we're going to make it the sprite for the character. And we're not going to make it solid, and we'll get back to the events once we have the ground created. Create object. This will be our SPR ground. And we want this to be solid. Oh, oops, that was SPR ground, my bad. Object ground. And then I make it solid, and we'll click OK. So now we've got our objects for our ground and our character. So we're going to go ahead and go into our room. We're actually going to create a room. And it doesn't matter what you call the room. I don't even need to name it anything for right now. And since our things are 64 by 64, I'm going to make the Y snap 64 to make things easier. And I'm going to make the room, let's see, where is this? Tiles, no background. There we go. These. I'm going to make this 800 by 600, just to make it nice and small so it doesn't take forever to load. And we're going to go ahead and get our object ground here, and we're going to make it snap into place. We've got a little bit of a platform here. That's good. And then now we're going to want to, oops, we're going to want to place our character down right on top of the ground. That'll be good right there. So now we're going to go into our character. We're going to make some events so it can jump. So the first event we're going to add is create, because we want it to have gravity without anything having to happen first. So the second it's created, it's going to have gravity in direction -90. That's straight down. So the direction will be straight down, and we'll set the gravity at 2. That's a reasonable amount to pull us down at. And now we're going to add event just so we can move around. Key press right. That's going to make us move right at a speed of 8. That seems good. And I will add event. Key press left. Bring this down. That'll make us move at a speed of left. Or, sorry, speed will make us move left at a speed of 8. And we'll add another event. Key release right. This will make us stop moving right when we let go of the right key. Oops. Yeah, put it right in the center so we don't move. We'll add another event. Key release left. Same thing to make us stop moving left. So now we've got somebody that's being pulled down onto the ground, and he'll move left and right when we want him to move left and right. But as of right now, with the gravity, even though our ground is solid, it'll fall right through the ground. And so our gravity's vertical speed is pulling us down at 2. So what we're going to want to do is set a collision event when it collides with the ground. So object ground collision. We want its vertical speed to be set to 0. That way when it hits the ground it stops falling. And so now we want to add the jump event. So when key press up, when up is pressed, we'll set the vertical speed to -17. That'll pull it up at a speed of 17. So now, if we click play, here's what we have. We have a box that can move around and it can jump. However, the problem with it is since we only have up to make it go, push up, 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 we can keep jumping indefinitely. So we want to fix that. So we're going to go back into our character, and it's a really simple fix. What we do right here where it says set the vertical speed, we're going to go into our main 1 tab, or actually, let's see, our control tab, my bad, and we want it to check collision. We'll just drag that in here. We'll put Y1, meaning right at our feet of our character, right at the bottom of our character. And we'll click relative. That way this always means at the bottom of our character. We'll click OK. And then we're going to want to switch positions with the vertical speed. That way when we press up, it's going to check if we're touching the ground. If we're touching the ground, then we'll jump. So now if we go back in, move around, and we can jump. However, if we keep pushing the up button, I'll move my mic close so you can hear, we can only jump when we're touching the ground. And that is it for kind of moving basics and jumping without jumping indefinitely while using no code. Thanks for watching.